what are some of the stages of consciousness and the altitudes of development that come with that. So here you can see dawning self-awareness, survival through instincts, intuition, and banding with others. Sees the world as enchanting, values ritual and deep community, individual superior to a group. Egocentric, violent and aggressive, impulsive and ruthless, courageous, determined and powerful. So we're going through the same stages, yeah. So amber here, ethnocentric or nation-centric, values, rules and wars and principles. So it's all about rules in amber as well, and roles in those rules. So it's all about what are the rules in society, and then what role do I play within them. Faith in transcendent or God or other. So here in amber there's a God, but the God is external. Whilst in teal the God becomes more subtle and more internal, if you will. There's a realization, hey, I'm actually teal and turquoise starting to become one with this divine presence, whilst amber is really about an external God. So then we move to orange, values rationality and science, individualism and democracy, capitalism and materialism, risk-taking and self-reliance. Yes, that's really orange. It's all about it. This is where also, if you look at the timeline of history and things, this is where really the modern age came in with technology. Think of like trains and cars and things like that. This is all moving into orange. So then we really started to move from amber into orange. And now what we see in today's society is a real move from orange to green. So green values pluralism and equality, relativity and sensitivity. That's an important point for green. Green can almost be oversensitive, hypersensitive. And then also civil rights. So it really stands up for the poor or Black Lives Matters and things like that. And the environment in particular, so environmentalism, world-centric. This is online for only 50 years now. So here you see behind online for 300 years, when did these stages more or less come online? And then the momentary leap to teal again. So sees natural hierarchy and systems of systems, holds multiple perspective, flexible, creative, and effective. Leading edge of consciousness and culture. At this point in time, teal is the leading edge. Integral turquoise sees the world as alive and evolving, holistic and cosmocentric, lives from both individual self and transpersonal self, emerging now. So turquoise is really emerging now at this point in time. There's a few individuals that's starting to move into that place more and more. And yeah, these are really people that have really integrated their polarities and really integrated more of their shadows, and really are stable in their awakening and stable in their relationship to a divine presence. And then really go to third tier, so post indigo. Now we go to indigo. In the other graphic, there were more, a few stages above here. So in this indigo, realizes oneness, exhibits wisdom, joy, and love, seen in sage and sages in history, throughout history. Yeah, so this stage really starts to realize I am one with the entire universe, and the entire universe is me. So that is all growing up, and it's so important to integrate growing up with waking up, cleaning up, and showing up, so that we have a full flourishing human being that is not only wise and awakened, but can also transmute that into the world and into the life of others. That's really the intention for showing this. What is possible, what's available. Now, often the mind wants to be further ahead than what it actually is. So it wants to be, if you're green, if you're operating in green, you want to be probably in teal, or you might think that you're in teal. So really the invitation is to be really honest with yourself. Where are you at the moment? And maybe you're most of the time in between orange and green, let's say, but you really notice some parts of the self structure that are operating from tribal red, which is more an aggressive side, or an anger that's sitting there. And that's all welcome. We want to welcome that in and integrate that. So there's all sorts of practices you can do, including meditation, breath work, yoga. There's all sorts of practices, dancing, shaking. There's all sorts of practices we can engage in to really integrate these parts of ourselves. As a matter of fact, we need to fully integrate these parts of ourselves to move through teal genuinely and to then be genuinely stable in turquoise. This is why growing up is so important, because a lot of people just do waking up practices. So they go to yoga, they go to meditation, they go to retreats, they go on breathwork retreat, they go on all sorts of things, but they haven't, which is great, because that's really, really important. And to have some understanding of cognitively as to what is happening is really important as well. Because that's really where the growing up comes in. That's really where we are mature and stabilized in our awakening. That's really what we're looking for here.